Well, we're so glad you're here. So glad to be here with Betsy.
I'm so glad to be here with you. So, hi, gosh, I just keep seeing wonderful, familiar, beautiful faces coming on board and unfamiliar ones too, which is very exciting. It's just an amazing way to kind of make new connections together. Just raise your hand if you've been on Zoom stuff before, if you're kind of familiar with Zoom by now. A lot of us are, but not everybody.
Hands up.
That's good. There's a young person here. I have all these children's songs prepared, and it's like, I don't see any children.
I saw that.
Hi. Hi, Kara's child. Who's Kara's child? Hi. Good to see you. What's your name?
What's your name? She said.
Emmy,
Hi, Emmy. Welcome. I'm Betsy. And we got a whole bunch of friendly people in the room.
She's a singer and a dancer, so we'll see how this goes.
Oh, awesome. Well, she goes. She sings, she dances. Just stay muted. We're all good. It's all good. Yeah. Unfortunately, Zoom hasn't figured out how to get us to all sing along together. So we have to sing in the beautiful privacy of our own homes to our own wonderful voices. So, my friends,
We have an 11-year-old here.
Oh, excellent. Hi. Where
Also a
is
musician.
she?
His name is Theo, and
Hi,
he's a
Theo.
wonderful musician.
Awesome. Theo. Oh, what does Theo play?
Voice, he sings,
Oh.
and he plays ukulele.
Whoa. A uke.
Yeah.
All
He sings
right.
with the Pacific Boy Choir Academy after school choir.
And also I don't.
What?
And also I don't.
Okay.
Do you know?
Have you all sung since Zoom took over and you can't
Yeah.
meet in person anymore?
We've been singing with the Organic Women's Chorus with
Oh,
Marianne
fun.
Barlow.
Oh,
And so, yeah, somebody leads the song and everybody else mutes, and we've been doing great.
yeah.
Sometimes she plays a recording of all of us singing from the past, and then we all sing with that.
Oh. It's amazing. We've gotten so creative about how to make this thing work. It's just
Yep.
love it. I think human beings are I just love them more and more for the ways we make it happen. We just figure it out, you know. All right, friends, I think we'll start. Yeah, I think it's time to get going. Thank you. I'm so glad you're all here. And I'm delighted to be doing this again. This is my soul food, doing this with you. And thank you for giving me an opportunity to do what I need to do to stay sane and balanced in these times. And I pray that what I offer here helps keep you sane and balanced also. So I want to introduce my dear friend Lori, who is the host tonight, and she's running the mute and unmute and just kind of keeping an eye on things. And thanks much, Lori. It means a lot to me to have you here. It's good to have special friends helping out. I also want to say hi to Jude. And Jude, would you say hello so your face will, I want to see your face. Where's Jude? Are you here?
Hi.
All right. Jude is sort of a behind the scenes supporter in many, many ways, and I really, really appreciate it. I also want to introduce Lisa Cohen, who's our guest artist tonight. Kind of a last minute thing I threw at her, and we threw this thing together yesterday and today. It's wonderful to have you, and she's going to sing with me later and lead us in a song later also. Tonight we're doing something new that we have not done before in this series. We are opening the chat to you, and we are entrusting you with the responsibility of not hanging out on it like Facebook and just chatting with everybody while I'm singing. I talked back and forth with friends, and I said, wait a minute, if we were in a live room with in a live audience, people wouldn't be writing notes to each other and whispering. They'd be singing and they'd be paying attention. At the same time, you don't have a chance to clap or cheer or boo or do anything responsive. And so I think the chat does help you feel like you're in the room a bit more and can express yourself. So we're going to give it a try tonight. And the chat is right down at the bottom of your screen, right next to participants on my screen. And, if you want to just make a comment about a song or express something in your heart that you want to share, of course, keep it positive. I know you will, because you wouldn't be here if you weren't people who know how to keep it positive. And Lori's going to be monitoring it, and occasionally she might jump in and read a few of them if she feels like we'd all enjoy doing it. But I know you'll stay with me, and I know you'll stay with the music. So that's our experiment, one of our experiments for tonight. So we're going to do a few minutes of children's music, especially for young people. And I love these songs. I don't think you all are going to feel like, when is this going to be over? I think you're going to really enjoy this. And then we're going to move into the adult portion, for which young people are more than welcome to stay And that's what we're going to do. All right, are we ready? The first thing we're going to do is have everybody who has a candle please light it, and ideally you'll put it in front of you where you can enjoy looking at it, but you can put it wherever you want, of course. And then we're going to start with a song about light and the light that lives in every one of us. This is a song from my childhood and probably from many of yours. It seems to have made the rounds of camps, spiritual centers, just everywhere. So please sing with me. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let's sing All Around My Family. All around my family, I'm gonna let it shine. All around my family, I'm gonna let it shine. All around my family, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. How about the neighborhood? All around my neighborhood, I'm gonna let it shine. All around my neighborhood, I'm gonna let it shine. All around my neighborhood, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I was just thinking about my neighborhood. I live in a great neighborhood. We have a little e-list and everything. And after the COVID shutdown happened, a city arts person suggested that neighbors get out together once a week, Wednesday noon, socially distanced, and sing together. Just like the people in Italy who sang out of their windows, right? So we started it, and we are having a blast. And I've got a steel drum player, an electric piano player, lots of kids. And if you're in the Berkeley area, you can come on over. You can talk to me about how to do that. So let's see. We did neighborhood. Oh, in my darkest hour. In my darkest hour. Here we go. On my darkest hour, I'm gonna let it shine. In my darkest hour, I'm gonna let it shine. In my darkest hour, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I've got the love inside of me. I've got the love inside of me. I'm gonna let it shine. I meant the light. I've got the light inside of me. I'm gonna let it shine. I've got the light inside of me. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. So give me a show of hands of for how many of you is this a childhood song? Is this like just deep in your bones? Yeah, many of us, not all, it's not universal, but when I was singing around India and Africa, I was amazed at how many children knew this song. It was one of those universals. That and We Shall Overcome were the two songs everybody knew. It was really exciting. So this song, as you probably know, comes out of the African American singing tradition. It, like many songs that we now sing as freedom and protest songs, they started out in church. They started out by enslaved people making incredible songs about their hope and their faith and their strength in the middle of impossible circumstances. So I really want to honor that legacy and that heritage. This song has very deep roots, and it's not just a feel-good kiddie song. You know, it is. It's a cry. It's a reaching for something and a reaching in for something. So I really want to honor that. It's also a song I've sung at a lot of demonstrations. I think you all know that I'm a very active social justice person with my music. And it's a great song because you can make up verses. You can just add new verses, you know, all around the White House, all around the Pentagon, all around the Supreme Court, who just passed DACA today. Yes, good news. We have to notice the good news. And I've sung this at many demonstrations, and there's a couple where we were in situations where there was police face to face with the demonstrators, and some demonstrators were getting pretty incensed, pretty heated up, to the point where I was like, this is not feeling like it's going in a good direction. This is not what I came here for, and it's not what I think anybody really came here for. People just get carried away because it's hard. And so I had my guitar, and all I knew to do was start singing. So I started singing, we shall not be moved. We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. And everybody around me started singing. First, I wasn't loud, I didn't have a speaker, just a few people sang, but then people heard them, and then more people sang. It was a beautiful thing because it got bigger and bigger and bigger, and the whole crowd started singing. And everything, music does that. Music just brought everything down, and I literally saw the police's shoulders relax, And then we talked, and we told them what we wanted, and blah blah. And it's not always like that. I don't pretend that everything ends that way, and I'm a white person who's not going to get shot because I come up to talk to a policeman. But I just want to say that this song, this little light, has traveled and made peace in many places. So let's do a little bit more. Every black life matters. I'm gonna let it shine. Every black life matters. I'm gonna let it shine. Every black life matters. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Saying no to violence. Saying no to violence. I'm gonna let it shine. Saying no to violence, I'm gonna let it shine. Saying no to violence, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Last verse, all of us together, we're gonna let it shine. Let's do it. All of us together, we're gonna let it shine. All of us together, we're gonna let it shine. All of us together, we're gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. And really let your voice shine. Let it shine, let it shine. Oh yeah. Woo! Yes. Thanks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Oh, I'm going to just mess with my view for a little minute here. Give me a sec. I'm going to try something. Okay. Just switching my view for a minute. So, especially for the young people, but as I say, I love all these songs. This is a song about kindness and compassion. And it was my son who taught me the lesson. I'll probably choke up telling you this story. My little boy was a very sensitive little boy and rather aggressive because of that. I didn't understand that at the time, but he was overstimulated really easy, and he would get aggressive. And he was wonderful, of course. And he's now 28, but he was about 5 or 6. And we went to a camp called Camp It Up. Have any of you been to Camp It Up? It's a camp for gay, lesbian families, LGBTQ families. And Eve Decker, who some of you know, was the camp's musician. This was years ago, 20 years ago plus. And she couldn't come that summer, and she asked me to sub for her, so I did. So it would have been great, and it was great, except that my son refused to go to any of the children's programs, and that was often the way it was for him. And I surrendered, because what else can you do? Who am I to blow against this wind, So we would take off and have our own fun together. There was a river running through the camp. We walked up the river, wading and throwing pebbles, and ahead of us there was a boulder. And on it, it was red. It was bright red. And we're like, wait a minute, how does a boulder get to be bright red? We got closer and closer, and you know what it was, kids and everybody? It was ladybugs. This boulder was covered in ladybugs. It was phenomenal. But there was a problem. The ladybugs, I don't know what their brain power is, but they kept flying into the water. And I don't think they swim really well. And we saw these little ladybug bodies sort of floating along, and my son was terribly upset. And so he started wading into the water to rescue them. And he'd put his hands down the way you do and lift them up and bring them to shore and put them down. And then again, but he was one person. And there were hundreds of ladybugs who were not all in the water, but you know, it was a daunting task. And so then he made a raft out of a piece of driftwood. And he took the raft out and put the ladybugs on the raft and then pulled them in so he could save 10 at a time or so. And on it went, on it went. And I just watched in wonder as this little guy figured out how to not only act with compassion, but to do it efficiently and successfully. And he also told me that he talked with them and they talked back, which I totally believe. And I said, how do you know that they were talking? How could you understand them? And he said, they wiggle their little antennas. God bless our children, you know. So this is a song about ladybugs and more. Watch out for that bug crawling on that twig. Watch out where you step. Your foot is mighty big. And if you see it fall, you can stop and be a friend. 'Cause anything that's smaller may need a helping hand, helping hand, helping hand. Anything that's smaller may need a helping hand. That's your part, sing with me. A helping hand, helping hand. Anything that's smaller may need a helping hand. Ladybugs and spiders, bees buzzing round their hive, minding their own business, glad to be alive. It's fun to try to chase them, but they're not for us to keep. No one's happy in a cage. We all want to be free, to be free, to be free. No one's happy in a cage. We all want to be free. Let's sing that. To be free, to be free. No one's happy in a cage. We all want to be free. A sister or a brother who's smaller than you are, they can be a bother, push you way too far. But look at things through their eyes, they think you know it all. To anyone who's smaller, you look 10 feet tall. Sing it, 10 feet tall, 10 feet tall. To anyone who's smaller, you look 10 feet tall. Watch out for that bug or anything that's small. And even though you may be grown, remember when you fall that even grown-up people who seem so wise and grand, just like everybody, we need a helping hand. Yeah, helping hand, helping hand. Just like everybody, we need a helping hand, a helping hand, helping hand. Whether we are big or small, whether we are big or small, we need a helping hand. Yeah. Thank you. I saw you singing. It's a pleasure. Makes me happy. So let's see. You know, it's interesting. Oh my gosh. Oh, a new mom with a 2-month-old baby wants a link. Jude, can you email Annabelle Nelson and give her the link? This is so special. Oh boy. I'm going to just tell her it's coming. Okay, great. All right. So, yeah, it's interesting to sing a song that I wrote many years ago and hear things in it that didn't have double meanings then, but do now. For example, no one's happy in a cage. We all, I think, can feel the resonance with our immigration camps and all of that. So anyway, I am tempted to do a song from my childhood, another song from my childhood. Last week I did a song from the Fireside Book of Folk Songs, which is what I grew up with, and they're wonderful songs And many of them, probably the majority of them, are from the European, English, Scottish, French, Irish singing traditions, which is sort of a piece of my white heritage. And I think it's I just feel like it's really valuable for me as a white person to balance all the introspection and growing and challenging myself and being challenged that I'm doing with the recognition that we all have a culture. We all have a culture. And it's too easy for white people to just focus on other people have the culture and we're just this sort of neutral, normative, whatever. And we're not, we're just another culture and we've got it. So anyway, I want to do a song that I think some of you may know, and I think I'll do a screen share for you in case you don't know it. Let me see if I can find it. Oh no, that's not it. Here we go. The Riddle Song, I Gave My Love a Cherry. This is a lullaby, at least it was for me. I sang it to my son, my mom sang it to me. So let's just sing it for us, for the child in us, for the riddles in our life that we'll never solve and that sometimes get solved in very magical ways. I gave my love a cherry. Here we go. I gave my love a cherry that had no stone. I gave my love a chicken that had no bone. I told my love a story that had no end. I gave my love a baby with no crying. Try it. How can there be a cherry that has no stone? How can there be a chicken that has no bone? Whoever heard a story that has no end? How can there be a baby with no crying? A cherry when it's blooming, it has no stone. A chicken when it's picking, it has no bone. The story of I love you, it has no end. A baby when it's sleeping, there's no crying. I just feel like I've been wanting to sing familiar old songs along with everything else. I just think, yeah, so I guess what I would just say is that we are developing and need to develop a toolkit of ways to restore our hearts and refresh them so that we can be strong for what's going on, and the tapping into the memory of good times or the memory of things that comforted us when we were young or any memories where we felt happy and strong are really valuable memories, and we need to be sure to feed our hearts with joy because we're also taking in a tremendous amount of suffering, tremendous amount of confusion and pain and loss, starting with COVID and continuing within the incredible and very potentially very hopeful uprising going on in the country. But it's a lot for our hearts, so don't forget joy. We're going to sing about that a little bit later. Okay, let me get out of here. Okay, so I have to scroll for a minute because I just think some of my family might be here, and I partly sang that song because it's such a family song for the Roses. I know my brother was going to come. My sister might be here with some grandkiddos. Hi, Mary. Hi, Izzy. Hi, Shalom. Hi, good to see you. And I think my brother might be here. But in any case, that was it. Hi, Will. There you are. Hey, almost right next to your sister. This is lovely. So I'm going to do one more kind of, it's a universal, and then we're going to transition to a little bit more adult focus. And this is just a blessing song. I can never get enough of them. And it is another, we talked about compassion a little bit with the Ladybug song, and this is another quality that our hearts have very easily, that we are neurologically wired for, We're wired for compassion. We're wired for connection and for well-being amongst each other. We are people who are really, our inclination is to tend and befriend much more deeply than fight or flight, although that's there, there's no question about it. So this just says, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, may you be filled with love. And it's to a Stevie Wonder tune. So we're doing a real blend of Buddhism and the most incredible, beautiful American Black music possible. Bless Stevie Wonder. It goes like this. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be filled with love. Let's sing it. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be filled with love. May I be happy. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be filled with love. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be filled with love. And probably many of you know, if you practice this is called metta practice, which is loving kindness practice. It comes from the Buddhist tradition. And traditionally, when you're practicing metta, you start with yourself. So it really starts with, may I be happy. Because I think we all have learned that when we are in a good place and in a good state with ourselves, in right relation with our nervous system, our heart, our values, we are infinitely more helpful to other people, and it just comes naturally. So we start with ourselves, and then we go to you. And then, of course, we want it to ripple out to everyone. May we be happy. And the we can be the neighborhood, it can be the city, it can be the country, it can be the planet. And it can also be those people that we actually most of the time grit our teeth when we think of them, from public figures to Uncle Harry, you know. So when we say we, let it be as big as you can make it. And if you want to direct it towards somebody who's really hard to direct it to, go right ahead. Here we go. May we be happy. May we be peaceful. May we be filled with love. May we be happy. May we be peaceful. May we be filled with love. Now you keep singing. May we be happy. May we be peaceful. May we be filled with love. Don't give up. Stay with your part. May we be happy. May we be peaceful. May we be filled with love. Last time. May we be happy. May we be peaceful. May we be filled with love. Woo-hoo. All right, so let me ask you this. Are you feeling better yet? The magic of music. Yeah. Aren't we blessed? Aren't we amazingly blessed that we can be in our own homes and still have this together? Oh my God. So, I love that thumbs up. I love those effects or reactions. Those are a riot. Okay. So now what I want to do is make just a little transition to where we're going next. And where we're going is, if you came in later and you haven't lit your candle and you have one, please do, if it's safe, if you're in a place where you can safely light a candle. And we're going to just do a little brief quieting and settling. That was a very energetic opening, which I had loved. It certainly got me going.
Also, Betsy in the chat, Jude said, more kitty songs all the time. Thank you, so wonderful. And just even after we sang that first song, I felt just like some lightness and lifting up from like the heaviness of everything that's around us.
Yeah. I think we cannot underestimate how everything that's happening is affecting us. Honestly, we're sensitive beings, we folks. We really are. So let's just let that candle, let's just all look at our candle if you've got one. If you don't have a candle, I've got one on my table right there and also on my bookshelf back there. So use my candle if you like. And just let your body relax and your shoulders relax and your spine be nicely lifted, but just sink down into your pelvis, into your seat, kind of feel anchored. Maybe if your feet are on the floor, feel them anchoring. You can press them down for a minute. Just feel that solid connection with the solidness of this material world that we are all in, blessed with these bodies. So we have the earth element in our bodies and this feeling of solidness and groundedness. And then we're gazing at the fire element. Just breathe it in. Breathe that little flame in, the light in your heart that we sang about. And I've been dwelling, each session I've dwelt a little minute on the miracle of how the candle takes the solidity of wax and the etherealness of air, the very element that can kill it if we blow too hard, but it needs just enough air to make that flame. It's just an alchemy. So I just feel like let's just breathe for a moment and just be grateful that we're here, that we have bodies, that we can breathe, that we're warm, we have a beating heart, blood flowing through us. And as we breathe in light and appreciate the light, shifting our focus to the reality that inside of us we are dark, that as babies we were gestated in darkness and water, that all of our interior being under this beautiful shell of skin is a dark, mysterious place where many amazing things happen. And that darkness and night can be very rich, fertile places of gestation and processing and birth. I've heard some of you have heard me say I do my best work between 2 and 4 in the morning. Not because I choose to wake up, but that's when the spirit comes to me and says, got some work to do. So I'm going to sing a song celebrating darkness. And as Laurie said, there's a heaviness, there's a darkness to our lives right now in many ways. And yet, this song reminds us that darkness calls us. If there's a darkness, if there's a difficulty, if we're having to look at hard things, I know for me, again, with white racism and privilege, there's a lot of hard stuff to look at. But it's an invitation to go there. So I'm going to sing this song, and I just think you'll appreciate how it applies not just to the darkness of solstice, but to this very time that we're living in. Your part goes, darkness calls, darkness calls, darkness calls, darkness calls. That'll come around a few times, so join me next time. It calls on me to face what I've been hiding. It calls on me to spend some time alone. It calls on me to heed the shadow's lessons. It calls on me to claim them as my own. Sing with me. Darkness calls, calls on me to lower my defenses. It calls on me to feel where I've been numb. It calls on me to still my mind and listen. It calls on me to trust that light will come. Darkness, darkness calls. Darkness calls. Darkness calls. Darkness calls. It calls on me to live inside this body. It calls on me to live from breath to breath. It calls on me to welcome in the Spirit. It calls on me to take a leap of faith. Let's sing it. Darkness calls. Darkness calls. Darkness calls. Darkness calls. And one last time. Darkness calls. Darkness calls. Darkness calls. Darkness calls. You know, I think one of the nicest applauses that you can do is to take a good deep breath. There's a teaching that many of you probably heard if you're involved in Buddhist circles or just kind of therapist circles or whatever, that that there's this really funny neurological quip, which is negative experiences are like Teflon and positive are like, oh no, I'm sorry, negative experiences are like Velcro and positive experiences are like Teflon, meaning that we're wired to hold on to the negative much longer, and the joyful kind of slips through. And there's obvious good survival, reasons for that. If you're a happy-go-lucky cave person and go wandering about in a joy, you're going to get wildebeests upon you quickly. But if you're paranoid and hypervigilant, you're going to last longer. So we're kind of wired that way. It's how we got there, somebody said, got here. So why did I go off on that? I have no idea, frankly. I don't know where I was going with that. But it was about taking a breath and savoring what just happened for you. They say if you just breathe it into your heart for about 6 seconds, it'll stick longer. So what the heck? Why not? So, okay, now. So joy. So the 4 qualities of the heart that the Buddha taught, they're called in Pali, the ancient language, Brahma Viharas, but they are loving kindness, which we talked about with May You Be Happy, compassion, which was the ladybug song, and mudita is joy. And again, it can be hard to access joy these days. It can be hard to even believe it's okay to feel joy. Like, I can't be happy till everybody's stops suffering. That's going to be a long wait, and then we're going to join the suffering, which we will inevitably anyway, because that's life. But for this women's Buddhist Sangha that I'm part of, a community that we're building together in Berkeley, in the East Bay, in the Bay Area, Asaya Women's Sangha, we've been talking about how to keep our hearts resilient in this time so that we can stay open. Because the closing and clenching of the heart is just when we're overwhelmed. It's when we're overwhelmed. So how can we refresh? So I have a little song that I wrote this week about that. about refreshing my heart and letting all the feelings be there and feeling it all as a blessing, knowing that it's making me a stronger person. So I'm going to teach it to you. It goes like this. I'm going to sing the whole verse, and then I'm going to teach it to you line by line. So it goes. Sorry, I'm going to go into gallery for a minute because I just love looking at you all. I'm having fun. So let's see. I just have to take a minute. Hi, Will. I'm looking for Ruth Pelham, my Albany, New York gal. Where's Ruthie? Are you here?
I'm here.
There you are. I told you I can't do this without you, so thanks for being here.
Hi, everybody.
Ruth is going to come sing with us one night. We'll do it. She's so marvelous. Anyway, where was I? So I'm going to teach you this song, and it goes like this. May the joy in may the joy, new song, got to get it back. Here we go. May the joy in my heart be a blessing. May the joy in my heart make me strong. May the joy in my heart oh boy. May the joy in my heart show me where I need to start to be a blessing to my world in this time. Okay, so I stumbled. You all have permission to stumble. I'm going to teach it to you line by line. First line, I'll sing, you echo. May the joy in my heart be a blessing. Now you sing it. May the joy in my heart be a blessing. Listen. May the joy in my heart make me strong. Ready? May the joy in my heart make me strong. Listen. May the joy in my heart show me where I need to start. Everybody, and do be sure you're muted. Lori, is there somebody's unmuted? If you can find that, that'd be great. Okay, got it. Okay, I'm going to sing that again. May the joy in my heart show me where I need to start. Try that one. May the joy in my heart show me where I need to start to be a blessing to my world in this time, everybody. To be a blessing to my world in this time, all together. May the joy in my heart be a blessing, make me strong. May the joy in my heart make me strong. May the joy in my heart show me where I need to start to be a blessing to my world in this time. The cool thing about singing alone in your house is nobody knows that you're blowing it, right? You just keep going for it. So this can be a practice in taking risks, making mistakes, and having a blast. Good muscle to exercise. Okay, so it's not just joy, though, is it? So we're going to sing now, May the sorrow in my heart be a blessing, which is just a nice reminder. We don't have to shut it out. We don't have to this is the good stuff, I like it. This is the bad stuff, I don't like it. Welcome it in. Here we go. May the sorrow in my heart be a blessing. May the sorrow in my heart make me strong. May the sorrow in my heart show me where I need to start to be a blessing to my world in this time. We're going to let in the anger. May the anger in my heart be a blessing. May the anger in my heart make me strong. May the anger in my heart show me where I need to start to be a blessing to my world in this time. Love. May the love in my heart be a blessing. May the love in my heart make me strong. May the love in my heart show me where I need to start to be a blessing to my world in this time. So if we were live in a room together, I'd be asking you for the next word. What else in your heart? So you can use the chat to do this. If you want to throw in a word real quick, we'll sing it, but you got to do it quick. Fear. Thank you, Tina. Thank you so much. Fear. May the fear in my heart be a blessing. May the fear in my heart make me strong. May the fear in my heart show me where I need to start to be a blessing to my world in this time. May the wonder in my heart be a blessing. May the wonder in my heart make me strong. May the wonder in my heart show me where I need to start to be a blessing in my world in this time. These are such beautiful ideas. Confusion, I mean, you're just naming it. Songs, courage, pain, loneliness, sadness, emptiness. Oh my God, people, we are all in this together. I mean, I just relate to every single one of those, and I bet you do too. Thank you. Those are just beautiful suggestions. However, I do have a few more songs I want to sing tonight, so I think we won't do this ad infinitum. But please, you know that you can save the chat. You know how to do that. At the bottom of the chat, there's 3 little dots. If you click on those dots, the very first option is to save. So at the end of the evening, just you can save the chat and you'll have everything. So let's end with the songs, the song in my heart, because we all have at least one, probably many. All right, here we go. Sing it big and strong. 2, 3. May the song in my heart be a blessing. May the song in my heart make me strong. May the song in my heart show me where I need to start to be a blessing to my world in this time. To be a blessing to this world in this time. Oh yeah, that is my new favorite song for sure. Yeah, thanks folks. That was so much fun. I'm glad I turned the chat on. I want to say a special hello tonight to Frank up there in Fort Bragg. Hi Frank. So glad you're here. This is my friend Annie with Frank, and Frank loves music, and Annie made it possible for him to be here. I'm so glad you're here, Frank. All right, now I have a wonderful short reading for you in the spirit of hope and resilience. I don't know who. Oh, Leslie Dwight wrote it. Came across my internet like it does. What if 2020 isn't canceled? What if 2020 is the year you've been waiting for? A year so uncomfortable, so painful, so scary, so raw, that it finally forces us to grow. A year that screams so loud, finally awakening us from our ignorant slumber. A year we finally accept the need for change. A year we finally band together instead of pushing each other further apart. 2020 isn't canceled, but rather the most important year of them all. Well, I think of it. I want to say one quick thing about that, which is when we say finally awakening us from our ignorant slumber, that I think that probably refers more to people with some kind of race, class, gender privilege than people who are fully aware and have been fully aware for a very long time of just how messed up the system is around the world economically and in every possible way. So, that said, I feel like a tremendous awakening is happening. And I want y'all to know about, and Lori, maybe you could put this in the chat in a minute. I'm going to give out a website. This coming weekend is a huge national Juneteenth weekend of actions. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, sponsored by the movement in support of Black Lives. And I can't tell you the number of demonstrations listed all over the country. It's phenomenal. So I've organized or instigated one in my neighborhood, and Extinction Rebellion is joining with me to put on a silent vigil. Saturday is a day of mourning in the 3-day sequence, and so we're going to have a vigil. The website to find out more, and this will go into the chat, is www.619, spelled out, 619 .com, I'm sorry, 619.com, which is June 19th. So check it out. It's a wonderful weekend to get active in. There's just a lot of ways to do it. So that leads me to what has become an institution in these evenings, which is the moment of outrage. I said early on in my first evening, I said, I want to do an evening on that I call Outrage, the Other Face of Love. And then I decided a whole evening of outrage was beyond me. So I'm just putting, a little moment of outrage to make room for that very important emotion of anger. But outrage has a little more moral force to it. There's something about outrage, which is not just I'm pissed, but something is really wrong and I'm just outraged. This is not acceptable. So I am happy to share with you my outrage song for the night, which is called It's Over. And it came with the Me Too movement, which began to bust open to the public eye in 2017. It was actually started, the phrase Me Too was coined by Tamara Burke. I believe it was 10 years earlier. But it caught fire, and we've seen and witnessed and suffered through and agonized through the egregiousness of Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, the various congressional people, the media people, Roger Ailes, and on and on. We've watched women like Dr. Christine Blasey Ford go through unbelievable hell to just do the right thing, And so this is, I just wanted to sing this with you tonight. And I'm going to reintroduce now my dear friend and amazing singer, Lisa Cohen. And Lisa, if you start talking, we will start to see you. So can you come on screen and unmute? There you are. All right. There you are. Now, Lisa and I want to sing this together, but of course we can't sing it at the same time. So we've figured out how to do it. We've got this arrangement that is so cool. And we worked on it and worked on it. So we'll see what happens. And Lisa, I just want to thank you so much for joining me. It's such a last minute. Yeah. So happy you're here. Okay.
Me too.
Yes. Yeah, me three. All right. So here we go. And
all right.
It's Over. Women Speaking Out. Just get my note here. Okay, here we go. I want you out of my face, out of my space, out in the open, no hiding place. You've been grabbing for power wherever you want, but the game is over and the women are done. It's over. The time has come. It's over. Those days are done. It's over. The end of the line. Women speaking out 'cause it's way over time. I bet you'd love to sing that with me. And I want to just say to the wonderful men that are here, I know that you are here as allies. I know that you are fully justice oriented and want justice for all. So you can please sing right along with what we're ending something that none of us have benefited from. Believe me, patriarchy benefits no one. So here we go. It's over. Here we go. It's over. The time has, just do the it's over. Don't worry about the rest of it. You'll get it as it goes along. It's over. The time has come. It's over. Those days are done. It's over. The end of the line. Women speaking out 'cause it's way over time. Women speaking out 'cause it's way over time. You can always sing that part. Take it away, Lisa.
I want the women who know, the women who see, the women who suffered and want to be free. Rich or poor, north or south, we've all had enough and we're calling them out. It's over. The time has come. It's over. Those days are done. It's over. The end of the line. Women taking power because it's way over time.
What do you sing?
Women making time because it's way over time.
I threw you off. I'm sorry, hon. Here we go. Okay, back to focus here. We're not talking about the power to rule, the power over, and the power that's cruel.
Oh, okay. We're talking power of justice, the power of truth, the power of the mother, and the power of the earth. It's coming. The time has come.
It's coming, those days are done.
It's coming, the end of the line.
Women stepping up 'cause it's way over time.
Listen to the women 'cause it's way over time.
Join with the women 'cause it's way over time.
Women rising up 'cause it's way over time.
Yeah.
Yes!
Woo! Woo-hoo! Yeah. Yeah. We did it, Lisa.
We did it!
Woo! That was a risk. We are exploring new dimensions of Zoom possibilities. Thank you so much. And Lisa's going to come back later to lead us in a really beautiful chant more toward the end.
I think didn't enter because I don't know how.
Sadia, you keep getting unmuted, and I
Right.
hope you can not do that. I don't know how that's happening, but yeah, we need you to not unmute yourself, okay? I know it's kind of frustrating, but yeah, thank you. All right, my friends. So this Me Too thing, I talked about a little bit last week about my journey to Africa and Asia with my backpack and my guitar in 2016 at the ripe age of 65. Yeah, 65. I busted out, you know. I called it my midlife bust out, except if it really was midlife, I'm going to live to be 130, which is kind of probably not likely. But nonetheless, it was exactly what I needed. It was incredibly liberating. But what I want to say about this is that where I was focused on this trip was women and children. And I lined up and found ways to connect with women's organizations, very grassroots, homespun village organizations that were dealing with power. They were dealing with women and power. And how do we take care of our lives, because the male system is not set up to take care of our lives. So these women were doing it for themselves. Like the song says, sisters are doing it for themselves. So I spent some wonderful time in Kenya, as I've talked about before, with an organization called Life Bloom. And we are benefiting them tonight. And I've put their website into the invitation so you can go and find out about them. But they're a group that started by a woman who was a high school principal and was it girls? I think it was all girls. She was the youngest principal in her state, very capable woman. And one day, but she had to keep in Asia and Africa, public schools are not necessarily free. After 5th grade, even public schools cost money, which is why so many girls don't get educated, because if the family has any money, they're going to put it into the boy, because the boy's going to earn money when he gets up older. And in traditional cultures, the girl's going to get married and go to her husband's family. So they didn't invest in girls, and it's still that way, but better. It's getting better and better. So this principal, one day a mom came in, she called this mom into her office because they hadn't been paying their bills for several months. And Catherine said, I'm sorry, but I'll have to send your daughter home until you can pay your bills. We can't operate this way. And the mother said, well, that's fine. You can send her home, but she'll have to go to work with me. And Catherine said, oh, well, what's your work? And she said, well, I sell my body for money at night. And, Catherine's head kind of exploded. And so she went home and thought about this. And there's many more stories about what led her to what she did, but I'm going to jump over and just say she had a couple more experiences like that, where women that she asked a question to, she found out this is how they're supporting themselves. And she couldn't stand it, so she quit her job. And I think she went to social work school, but in any case, she ended up becoming this one woman walking the streets of her city of Naivasha outside of Nairobi, going into brothels, going into bars, having a drink with women who were clearly looking for customers, and saying, I've got something better for you. Come with me. And she set up a support circle, just what women do. She set up a support circle and counseled women on, first of all, healing emotionally from what they'd gone through, and then getting life skills together. And one woman told another, and Catherine says after a few months, she was counseling 100 women in a room somewhere, So she started Life Bloom. And that's essentially what Life Bloom has been doing. They have, at last count, enabled over 6,000 women to get out of sex slavery and domestic violence and support each other. It's a peer-led, peer-supported group where they start their own circles. As soon as they get some healing in the circle, they start their own circle. It's a beautiful thing. So I want to share them with you a little bit. And I'm going to do it through a couple of screen shares. And first I'm going to sing you the song that I wrote for them after I'd spent a week or so with them, and we had become sisters. One of them, Wanjiru, my dear sister that I still WhatsApp text frequently, called me a sister from another mister, which I felt was quite an honor. I really appreciated it. But so I wrote this song because Life Bloom, Catherine named this project Life Bloom because she said women are seeds that bloom through concrete. They bloom through hardened earth. And that's what we're about here. So I wrote this song. It goes like this. I am alive. You can't keep me down. I'm gonna bloom in solid ground. This is my life. This is my precious seed. I'm gonna bloom. You just wait and see. I'm gonna bloom, bloom, bloom. You just wait and see. I'm gonna bloom, bloom, bloom. You just wait and see. And we're going to sing that together in a minute, but I'm going to give you a treat. I have a video of them singing it when I was over there. I think we'll just watch it, because why not? And you'll get to see some of my favorite people in the whole world. Okay, we get a full screen here. Am I in screen share? Y'all can see that? It's good? Yeah, okay, here we go. I'm gonna keep it down, I'm gonna move in a solid ground of my life. This is my precious seed, I'm gonna bloom. You just wait and see, I'm gonna bloom, bloom, bloom. You just wait and see, I'm gonna bloom, bloom, bloom. You just wait and see. I am a woman. You can't keep me down, I'm gonna bloom in a solid ground. Oh, sorry. I'm stopping it for a minute because you see the woman who's pregnant? Can you see her with her beautiful round belly right behind the woman in the leopard? That woman is Julia, and she gave birth shortly after this singing circle. And she named her baby Betsy. So she's now my goddaughter and godgranddaughter, and I just talked to her today, and it's just amazing what can happen when you get out of town and go out into the world. This is my precious seed, I'm gonna bloom. You just wait and see, I'm gonna bloom, bloom, bloom. You just wait and see, I'm gonna bloom, bloom, bloom. You just wait and see. Yeah. So, let's, oh man, sorry, resume share. Here we go. All right, let's sing it, everybody. I think you got the idea. And this is a great song to dance to. I saw Sharon moving a lot earlier, and I encourage you to get up and do what, I mean, this is not the kind of song you want to sing sitting down. I'm going to stay seated because the view will chop me off at the chest, but here we go. I am alive. You can't keep me down. I'm gonna bloom in solid ground. This is my life. This is my precious seed, I'm gonna bloom. You just wait and see, I'm gonna bloom, bloom, bloom. You just wait and see, I'm gonna bloom, bloom, bloom. You just wait and see, I have my power. You can't keep me down, I'm gonna bloom in solid ground. This is my life. This is my precious seed, I'm gonna bloom. You just wait and see, I'm gonna bloom, bloom, bloom. You just wait and see, I'm gonna bloom, bloom, bloom. You just wait and see. We won't do all these. I'm gonna do I Am a Beauty, because that's one that they made up, and I loved that they did that, because what I learned being among them was the amount of shame and self-disgust that came from a life where their options were so limited, often from day one, that they, had to just, sell their body and take drugs so that they didn't feel the pain. And so to say I am a beauty is a big deal. So let's sing that. I am a beauty, I can't keep me down, I'm gonna bloom in solid ground. This is my life. This is my precious seed, I'm gonna bloom. You just wait and see, I'm gonna bloom, bloom, bloom. You just wait and see, I'm gonna bloom, bloom, bloom. You just wait and see. How about I'm making change? Because we are. Let's claim that we are making change. I'm making change. You can't keep me down. I'm gonna bloom in solid ground. This is my life. This is my precious seed. I'm gonna bloom. You just wait and see. I'm gonna bloom, bloom, bloom. You just wait and see. I'm gonna bloom, bloom, bloom. You just wait and see. I'm full of love. We'll end with that. I'm full of love. You can't keep me down. I'm gonna bloom in solid ground. This is my life. This is my precious seed. I'm gonna bloom. You just wait and see. I'm gonna bloom, bloom, bloom. You just wait and see. I'm gonna bloom, bloom, bloom. You just wait and see. I'm gonna bloom, bloom, bloom. You just wait and see. Woo. Why don't y'all unmute and let's make some noise? That was too fun. We gotta make some noise.
Just wait and see. Just wait and see.
Was that fun or what? Right? I mean, that was fun. Okay. All right. Okay. Sadly, we're going to mute you again. Sorry.
That's okay.
Be
Thank
done.
you.
It must be done. So I think I have enough time. Let me just.
You're muted.
Yeah, we haven't figured out how not to mute me when we mute all. It's no big deal.
And I can't unmute you.
You can?
I cannot.
Okay, so good. We got to remember that. So just, yeah, whatever. Just let me know. Okay, so I'm going to get the screen share up again and I'm going to get the women up again. And this is a video that the Life Bloom, some of the Life Bloom staff sent to me. I had taught them Melanie Demore's wonderful song, I Am Sending You Light. I know a lot of you probably know that. It's a beautiful blessing song and it's a loving kindness. It's a metta song, sending you light to heal you, to hold you. And I taught that to them. They absolutely loved it. Sang it. We sang it to Betsy when she was in labor. I mean, to Julia when she was in labor. We sang it to her after Betsy was born. And if, I mean, these women, none of us can get enough of light, let's face it, and these women could not get enough of that. So after Trump was elected, may I say I was a little despondent and more. And we talked about it back and forth, and they sent me this video, and I want to show it to you if I can find
So
it.
Betsy, this time is it possible to enlarge it to the full
Yeah.
screen so we see the whole?
Yeah, just that there's a little problem. So I got to do something here. Okay, I got to find it. Okay, let's see. I just got to find it. Where is it? God, it was up here just a minute ago, of course, wasn't it? Let me see what's next on the playlist. No, oh, that's me at the men's prison.
You can search it.
Well, I may not be. Oh, here it is. Oh, it's right here. It's right here. Cool. Okay, so this is the staff of Life Bloom.
Bring you light to heal you, to hold you. We are sending you light to hold you in love. Twakutumia mwangaza ya kuponya, wa kutuliza. Twakutumia mwangaza wa kuponya kwa upendo. We love you so much. We are sending you light to heal you, to hold you. Even after the election, there is always next time. Thanks God there is peace in your country. We are praying for you and we love you so much. Light to heal you, to hold you. We are sending you light to hold you in love. Tuwatumia mwangaza wa kuponya, wa kutuliza. Tuwatumia mwangaza wa kutuliza.
Whoops. Woo. Okay, just a minute. I gotta deal with that. Okay. They're unstoppable. Oh, I'm so happy I got to share that with you. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to close out this little section and then I'm going to bring Lisa back with a song that really embraces the international reality of Me Too. Just as right now, people are demonstrating all around the planet. Do you know how inspiring? Are you as inspired as I am? That the whole planet is rising up. And it's not just in solidarity with us, it's because poor people, people of color, oppressed people all around the world are saying enough. And something lit a fire. And it's a moment of enough. And statues are being toppled, governments are being changed, prisons are being changed. It's remarkable. So we're part of something really big. And Me Too also part of something big and worldwide. So this song is brings together some of the stories of women in this country or Western countries and women, or maybe north-south is a better separation than west-east now. It's called One Day You'll Know. Gotta get the words down here, sorry. You see me at the market stall, my baby's round my feet. Your pennies for a bag of fruit, that's one more day we'll eat. You see me in the brothel, 200 shillings, make it short. You see me with your judging eyes, you never see my worth. Do you know I have dreams? Do you know I have wings? One day you'll know. You see me at the office, you joke and touch and tease. You promised that promotion for a little late night squeeze. But how little is a little, and why should I weigh the cost? How can a woman measure what she'll gain and what she's lost? Do you know I have dreams? Do you know I have wings? One day you'll know. You see me scrubbing toilets, changing dirty sheets, hustling your ham and eggs or hustling the streets, or standing by the water cooler, laughing with the rest, swallowing that burning coal of anger in my chest. Do you know what we'd say if we knew we were safe? Do you know what we've lost? Do you know what it's cost? Do you know I have dreams? Do you know I have wings? One day you'll know. Thank you. Lori, I was just wondering, I see there's a lot of chats. Is there anything you'd like to share? I think this is a moment we might want to connect with each other a bit. If Lori, if there's any.
So just now after that song, some really nice appreciations for you for that song, and then before, just some messages of how beautiful the songs, the voices that we heard, and some people couldn't see the video, but
Oh.
it's so, I mean, that's what I just said. It was just so beautiful to hear, and you could just imagine the beauty that was behind it.
Oh, right, hearing the voices from Kenya. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. I am recording all of these, and they will be posted on YouTube, so you can watch them, you can share them with your friends and family, and of course, invite your friends and family to come if you think they'd enjoy it. So, Lisa, I want to give the stage, so to speak, back to you, and she's going to teach us. You're going to teach us just a beautiful, beautiful song. So Tina asked if I'll provide the guitar chords. That may be beyond me, but I'll think about it. I don't know. I don't know if I have them, honestly. So
I
Lisa,
can see a chart of this. Yes, go ahead. Betsy, can you hear me?
sure can.
So this is a call and response, and I'm wondering if when I give the call, you'll give the response.
Me? Sure.
People can be doing the response with you.
Yeah, let's all do it together. That's great.
I send my love over the mountain.
I send my love over the mountain.
I send my love over the sea.
I send my love over the sea.
I send my love up to the heavens, and it returns to me.
I send my love over the mountains, is it? Over the mountains.
I send my love over the sea.
I send my love over the sea.
I send my love up to the heavens.
That's it. I send my love up to the heavens.
And it returns to me.
And it returns to me.
All right, everybody ready to do all together?
Why not? We've been taking risks all night. Let's keep going.
I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love up to the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love over the mountains, joy. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy up to the heavens, and it returns to me. Light. I send my light over the mountains. I send my light over the sea. I send my light up to the heavens, and it returns to me. One last time. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me, and it returns to me. Whee!
Do some appreciations.
Aw, thanks. You could hear that. I didn't hear it after a while. Good.
Oh, it was gorgeous. Yeah, just gorgeous. Thank you so much, Lisa. What a gift. I appreciate you. in many
Likewise.
ways. Yeah. So
Everyone.
friends, I know some of these songs you're like, I want this song. They're all recorded on this evening, and as soon as I can get it up on YouTube, I will send you the link, and you can check it out. So let's take a moment. Let's just take a moment and savor, because a lot has happened in the last hour or so. Let's just savor it, breathe it in. Digest.
See some really nice appreciations. So beautiful, brought tears of joy and sorrow from Cynthia. And Tina from Washington says, like rain. And Ruth says, a little bird just fluttered in front of my window, like it was saying thank you.
I can't wait to read these chats. I'm loving the chat. Thank you all for using it so beautifully. So I think what I'll do is just give you a few little announcements, and then we'll close out with one last song. And also, oh, I know what we were going to do. We've got the chat, so actually we're good. The chat will suffice. Um, I'm thinking I may change the series a little bit in July. Just I'm curious. I'm not sure about that, but every week is it's a lot for me to plan and so forth. I love it. I love it, but it eats up a great deal of time. Also, I feel like as cities are opening up and places are opening up a little more, people are able to get out a little more. There may not be the crying need to have something every night of the week, so to speak. And so I'm just wondering, I'm curious about whether going to a every other week idea might be wise. And I thought about creating a poll, and I just didn't have it in me. Maybe next week I'll do a poll. But I'll just float an idea by, and you can put something in the chat if you have an opinion. I'm inclined to maybe do like every other week, kind of what we're doing here. And then in the in between weeks, do something that I'm thinking of calling something that is in the spirit of something you could call Vespers or Even Song. And it would be a very quiet, meditative songs, candles, and quiet meditation for just like a half an hour, just to close out the evening, kind of a moment of rest and respite, and a little more obviously sacred to me. This entire night has been sacred. That what we're doing together is very sacred to me. But I just thought maybe a short, simple, sweet, um, you know, half an hour together might be nice. So if you have an opinion about that, put it in the chat, and we'll see. Maybe next week I'll do a poll. Okay. And I just wonder if a couple of people, if I don't, we're not going to open up Pandora's box, but if anybody would like to raise their hand electronically by getting open your participants list, and at the bottom it'll say raise hand, and just say a very brief word or two to everybody of kind of what you're wishing for us, what you're carrying away into the world, that thing of may I be a blessing to my world in this time. What's the blessing that you're taking out and that you say in front of us all, I want to take this out into the world. So if you want to raise your hand, you don't have to, but it's an option, just so we can hear your voices a little bit. You can also put it in the chat, of course, but voices are nice.
Yeah, you got a lot of chats going on here.
Yeah, everybody's busy on the keyboard. Oh, there's Tina.
A lot of positive feedback on your idea of alternating weeks. Peace and love. Thanks for blessings from the highest.
Great. Yeah, thank you. I love this interaction. Tina, would you want to say a word or two?
Betsy, thank you. That's the first thing I wanted to say. And what I'm taking from this and out into the world is renewed strength, I think. It's like we need to feed ourselves, and in order to keep doing what we're doing, and this is an opportunity to feed, to be nurtured. And I'm just so grateful to you for all that you do to make it happen.
It is so good to see you.
It is so lovely to be here and to be able to sing again without a migraine.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's celebrate that.
Yeah.
Liz, beloved Liz, can we unmute? Can you unmute? Liz from Santa Rosa. There you go.
Right. So what I come in from my day, and like it's even though we're not hearing each other sing, it's that raising my voice in community, and I find it so centering and relaxing, and I feel so much calmer. So the idea of the Vespers is a really nice idea as well, and but even this takes me there, gets me there, plus the international aspect of it and everything. So I thank you, Betsy. And all of you for joining, because it is the group.
It is the group.
Yes.
It absolutely is the group. Jamie, oh, bless you, Jamie. I want to hear you.
I started my day out with a women's dance circle, and I felt very whole and holy, and I'm ending my day in that same way.
Yeah. Sending you light, Jamie. Yeah. The first one of these, or one of the ones that I did, Jamie invited her mother to come, and she told me, Jamie, is it okay if I tell this? I trust it's okay.
I think so. She's here tonight too.
Jackie,
she's out there.
oh, you're here.
Yes, Jackie's out there.
Okay, well, just want to say, Jackie, that I'm just thrilled that you come and that you seem to enjoy it, and I just really appreciate your family a lot, and I'm glad you're here. All right, my dears, I think we'll leave it at that because we got to close out. I know some people are on the East Coast, and it is late.
Wait a minute. Can I share something? This is Joanne.
Sure.
While you were doing the singing, I was doing some drawing. And so I'm just going to hold this up. I hope you can see it.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Wait, I can't see it. Where are you?
I'm up here in the corner.
You have to keep talking because that'll put you on the screen. So keep talking.
Okay.
Got it.
Can I?
Oh,
beautiful, beautiful.
This was that song about joy in the heart, and song in the heart, and anger in the heart, and sorrow in the heart. And so this is what I came up with. And I'd like to send this to you, Betsy, if you don't mind. I don't know whether I have your address anywhere, but maybe you can.
Joanne, why don't you email me? Because you've gotten an email from me, I think, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, so will you email me and I'll send you my address.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. That was absolutely beautiful. I just love that you made a point to show that to us. This is thrilling. This is just great. So friends, we're going to go out with May I Be Happy. That's what we're going to go out with. We are going to wish each other joy,
yes,
peace, compassion, and bless you all. You're just remarkable people, all of you. And may we meet again. We will meet again next week for sure. Same time, same place. I will start with children's songs again. Please, if you've got grandkids, friends with kids, let's do it. I had a blast with that. Okay, here we go. May we be happy. May I be happy. Here we go. Hand on your heart if you want to. Give your heart a little massage. Send it right in there with your voice. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be filled with love. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be filled with love. May you be happy to each other. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be filled with love. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be filled with love. And let's send it out to all the protesters, vigilers, marchers, peacemakers, activists, troublemakers, disruptors, justice seekers, grievers, mourners, changers. Let's sing it to all of those people around the world. May we be happy. May we be peaceful. May we be filled with love. One more. May we be happy. May we be happy. May we be peaceful. with love. Okay, this is the point where we unmute everybody and we make a joyful noise, so go for it. And I want to thank Jude and my friend Lori and my friend Jude and Lisa for their contributions to the evening. I didn't mention this, but this is a donation supported event. I appreciate your donations, both as an artist who can't go out and do my work, but also because I share it with Life Bloom,
Yes.
with the Raka Women's Center in Nairobi. And now that you've seen those women, I know your hearts are gonna want to share your resource with them. If you're pinched by the COVID shutdown, if you've lost work, if you're tight right now, do not even think about donating. Your presence here was more than enough. The day will come around when you'll be able to be the giver as well as the receiver. So God bless all of you. May the goddess live in each of us. All power to the women, all power to the people, all power to people of color. Let's do this.
Yeah.
One more. May we be happy, may we be happy, may we be peaceful, may we be peaceful, may we be